What is going on, dudes? My name is Zalkiam. I'm your coach here at Kansas City Nidokings. Today we have our team prep for a Week 3 DBL match versus Shiny Weavile and the Seattle Seadras. I did that pretty freaking well, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna be explaining the team that I brought to face him for this week. We're gonna be playing on cartridge, so that will be pretty cool. Hopefully, us playing on cartridge will not lead to the hacks we had last week against Turkey in the Cub Chews. It was a bad match, and I felt really bad for him. Anyways, yeah, he is 2-0 currently with a 7 differential. We are 1-1 with a 0 differential. Shouldn't have lost the first match. I'm still a bit salty about that. But anyways, the Pokemon he's got on his team are Mega Medicham, Gothitelle, the leading kill leader so far with 6 after 2 weeks, Hippowdon, Mandibuzz, Scolipede, Blastoise, Tangrowth, Bronzong, Gramble, Rotom, and Stoutland. So he's got a pretty thick team. My whole idea behind all this is I wanted to have some wall breakers. And a couple of Pokemon on his team really scare me, such as that Mega Medicham, because Felicia cannot live a high jump kick from this thing. So you'll see what I have planned for that in a little bit later in the match, but yeah, I decided to do something different this week and write down his entire team, all the typings, and then sort of build that way. So that led me to realize that Dark and Flying worked really nicely against this team, and that's where I left my basis to. So we start off with Ravager, repping him every day, captain of our team, holding the pinsel right, obviously because he has to, with Return, Quick Attack, Knockoff, and Stone Edge. So Return because it's a powerful stab move. It's one of the strongest you can get. I think it's like base 104 power at max happiness. I spent the entire last 2 days basically just getting my Pinsir to max happiness, so that was fun. Either way, the Return will work well against his entire team. I think only the Bronzong resist it. The Bronzong and the Rotom are the only ones who resist the Return, and the Rotom doesn't want to take it. The Bronzong will take it nicely, but I mean, Tangrowth will not take it very nicely, I was about to say, because it's a beastly in physical defense, but it doesn't want to take a Return from a Mega Pinsir. Rock and Quick Attack for that priority to outspeed Mega Medicham. When it comes to, like, Quick Attack, I don't know actually what Mega Medicham's base speed is. Okay, so actually my Mega Pinsir, if it came down to me using Quick Attack, it would outspeed it, and I'm pretty sure it would one-shot it. I mean, it's got base 85 defenses, which isn't bad, but this thing is a huge threat because it's got base 200 attack because of that pure power, and Mega Medicham is something that really scares me. So there's a decent amount of prep going into that. I have one specific idea, and you'll see it later, but yes, we're rocking Knockoff because I said Dark works well against this team. That Gothitelle doesn't want to take it. If we can knock like an Assault Vest or like some leftovers or something off a random Pokemon, that'd be very nice. When it comes to like the Bronzong, it's super effective on the Bronzong, the Rotom, and it just works well because Knockoff is going to be something really handy. Either way, we're rocking max physical attack and max speed with a jolly nature, so we can be as quick as possible. That's pretty much it, and there's our Ravager. So next up, we have a free agent transaction that I made a while back. So I ended up dropping Cobalion for Hercules, because Cobalion wasn't the Pokemon I hoped it would be. So I ended up picking a really good Moxie Scarf Sweeper in Heracross, just because of that Moxie ability. If it's able to come in and get a revenge kill on something, take it out, it has the Scarf already, so it'll get that Moxie boost and it'll do even more damage. Like Mega Horn, I don't think anything on his team actually wants to take it. The Mandibuzz will resist it, the Scolipede will resist it, the Scolipede doesn't want to take it. The Mandibuzz won't resist it, it'll be neutral on the Mandibuzz. So the only Pokemon that actually does resist it would be that Rotom, just because of its ghost typing. It still doesn't want to take it. I mean, Gramble resisted too, never mind, but neither of them want to take that. Take a Mega Horn from this thing. Knockoff once again because Dark works well, and it knocks the items off all of his Pokemon except for obviously the Mega Medicham, and it's a pretty decent move to have just because it'll help break down some of those thick walls he's got on his team, like that Tangrowth and the Bronzong. Next up, we have Close Combat. Very nice stab move. I think hits basically everything on his team except for the Mega Medicham and the Gothitelle and the Rotom, obviously, for neutral damage. Not the Scolipede, but at the same time, Scolipede doesn't want to take it. So this thing is really threatening toward his team. So basically, I mean, I think Scolipede has base like 100, base 112. So actually, that was a lot quicker than I thought it was. But that doesn't really matter because this thing will outspeed without a speed boost. After a speed boost, I have no clue. It probably won't outspeed then. But, yeah, with the Choice Scarf, it ends up being base 225 speed, which is not bad. And let me actually calc something. Okay, so yeah, after speed boost, it will outspeed, but still, it's still a very good Pokemon, because if I'm able to get Hercules to hit that, thing, it's not going to want to take a hit. And I believe, if not banded, I should be able to live at least one hit. Could be wrong, but, you know, either way, you have the only Pokemon, like, the max damage he could do with the Life Orb would be 21% with Poison Jab. And if he decides to bring Ban just for the hell of it, it only does 3% more. So, Heracross can sit in here against the Scolipede and do nicely against it. So, I'm really looking for Heracross to pull through and do some big sweeping force. We're rocking max attack, max speed with Jolly Nature, obviously to be as fast and hit as hard as possible. And I'm really hoping my decision to pick up Hercules was a good idea. Anyways, we're going to be moving on to Joshy, our Swampert here, rocking leftovers with Ice Beam, Scald, Sludge Wave, and Stealth Rock. So, you're probably wondering, why are we running a special one? Well, when it comes to Pokemon like that Tangrowth, who are really bad on the special side, or like, you know, I do typically know that Tangrowth are Assault Vested, but even still, base 75 special defense is not gonna be good against this thing. Okay, so Gothitelle actually has pretty good special defense, but that wasn't the whole reason. It's kind of funny how this thing is the leading killer, yet it's in PU. I don't know, I just find that extremely funny. But either way, my whole idea of Joshy here is just to get up Stealth Rocks, and then Ice Beam, Scald, and Sludge Wave does pretty good work to his entire team. I think there's like only one Pokemon on this team that would resist any of those. Now, obviously, the Blastoise resisting the Scald and the Ice Beam would not be that great. A Ground-type move wasn't really needed, because he only had one Pokemon that would be super effective against, and it has a chance to have Levitate rather than Heat Proof or Heavy Metal, and you never know. So, pretty cool stuff. We're rocking, and then I've already explained the rest. So we're rocking 100 HP, max physical defense, and then 156 in special attack. So the whole reason I'm doing this is just because I want to be able to I want to sit in there. Like, the one thing that scares me when it comes to his team, when it comes to Joshy, is I want to be able to possibly take a hit from the Mega Medicham, because I believe I could probably take one high jump kick. Could be wrong, but I believe I could do that. And obviously the Tangrowth is a physical Pokemon, so if I have to be set in against the Tangrowth, and it goes for Seed Bomb, because I don't think it has a super high base attack. Well, never mind, it's got base 100 attack. Well, god dang. Either way, I do think that Joshy would be helpful when it comes to the defensive side. If I have a defensive wall, that'd be very nice, especially because this thing has got leftovers. And this is kind of my defensive wall, because obviously I cannot trust, you know, Felicia with Mega Medicham unless I get a Reflect Up. Oh wait, I spoiled it. Alright, so that is pretty much it for Joshy. We're rocking the Bold Nature, and pretty cool stuff. Next up, we have Azura rocking Specs. So, the reason I'm rocking Specs is that for before Speed Boost, Azura outspeeds the Scolipede. And the Scolipede, I believe, is his fastest Pokemon on his team. And because of that reason, I should be able to get a nice Flamethrower, or T-Bolt, or Shadow Ball, or Knockoff even, if I get the opportunity. And the whole idea would be to get this thing to swap in, and he uses Protect on, like, the turn that I swap in. And I may end up changing this to Choice Scarf before the game starts, because Choice Specs is pretty good. It outspeeds, obviously, I said, is most of his team, but if I am unable to get in on the Scolipede before it's able to set up a speed boost, then it's a little bit of an issue, because I'm not sure that Azura could live one hit, like a one full health hit from the Scolipede, but we'll have to see. It may end up being Scarf, you'll see. I'm doing this battle tomorrow morning, so we'll see when that happens. So, rockin' Flamethrower, because obviously Flamethrower for the, you know, the Tangrowth, the Scolipede, not the Granbull, the Bronzong if it's not Heavy Metal. The Thunderbolt for, let's see, what did I bring the Thunderbolt for? I think I brought it for Mandibuzz, the Blastoise. I guess that's pretty much it. I didn't really feel like running a Psychic type move, because it didn't work well against his team, because he doesn't have anything that's super effective against. Next up, we have Shadow Ball for Pokemon like that Gothitelle, like the Mega Medicham and the Bronzong, pretty much. The whole reason, that's why I'm running Shadow Ball over Dark Pulse, just because of that Mega Medicham. And then Knockoff, because once again, Knockoff is a very, very helpful move in this game. And obviously, and the whole reason I was actually talking about Knockoff earlier is because Gothitelle is worse on the physical defensive side. And you're wondering why I'm putting so much prep into this thing. It's just, it's done so well in this season so far. It's just, you know, I don't even know, man. I'm really scared of the Mega Medicham and the Gothitelle. Those are the Pokemon that I'm super scared about when it comes to the match. We're rocking max special attack, max speed with a, no, hasty nature, excuse me, because I'm knockoff. And what I was really hoping, I would have loved if Azelf had base, 125 speed. That'd be very, very nice, because that would pretty much eliminate the need for me to Scarf it. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong about that, but it does end up sucking, and I can't do much about it. So, anyways, yes. As I said, I'll probably run Scarf. Next up, we have Felicia the Chansey. So, when it came to week 1, I should have named it Felicia. I was thinking about that after the battle. Either way, just because, you know, Felicia is kind of a klutz. Anyways, we're rocking Eviolite as typical Chanseys do. Soft Boil, Stealth Rock, Seismic Toss, and Counter. Okay, so the whole reason I was talking about we needed to Reflect is because I have Counter on Chansey. And you can probably guess who has Reflect now. But we're rocking Soft Boil because it's a typical move on this thing, so I can get my health back and just be an irritating Pokemon. Stealth Rocks because just in case Joshy is unable to get them up when he's in the match. Seismic Toss just so I can do some sort of damage to enemy Pokemon. Then Counter if I'm able to get up the Reflect, and then live one high jump kick and then counter the thing. I'm hoping. I'm actually going to calc this, because I didn't calc it, but I believe that I would live it with a Reflect. Yes, okay, I was correct on that. I do live high jump kick if he does not crit. It's going to be a very difficult match when it comes to that, but I do believe if I'm able to get up the Reflect, maybe he won't be expecting it, maybe he won't calc it or something like that, because obviously it one-shots. It does 170% damage without Reflect on, and it's a guaranteed knockout. So with Reflect, though, it's really, really nice, because then I'm able to counter him and take out the Mega Medicham, and I don't even have to worry about it. So I'm really hoping that this plan comes to fruition, because I decided to have a little fun with my set this week. Anyways, we're rocking physically defensive set, max defense, max special, or not max special, max HP with bold nature and 4 in special defense. So pretty cool stuff. And finally, we have Voltar. We're running a light clay Raikou. So what I was talking about earlier, Raikou actually does outspeed the Scolipede as well before Stealth Rocks, or not Stealth Rocks, but Speed Boost. And I wanted to light clay on this thing because I wanted the Reflect. Obviously, I wanted to get up the Reflect. Sorry about that. I wanted to get the Reflect up so the Mega Medicham is not as much of a threat, and Felicia can live one hit and then counter it, and that'd be super awesome if we're able to do that. Light Screen just because of that Gothitelle. I mean, I felt like we're already running Reflect. Why not run Light Screen? And then Volt Switch because it's a nice stab move. It allows me to get a nice pivot off, so I can pivot into Chansey if I'm predicting a switch or something like that. Shadow Ball because it hits Pokemon like that Gothitelle, like the Mega Medicham, like the Bronzong, and a couple other Pokemon that aren't really affected by the Volt Switch. So I feel like that this team will work very nicely for me. And I forgot to update my set. I was originally planning on doing this, but I decided I'd run a max special attack, max speed set with, I think, 4 in physical defense, something like that. Either way, with the Timid Nature, just so I can actually hit harder, because I do believe it kind of depends on the Pokemon he'd send in, because I don't think he'd lead off with Mega Medicham or Gothitelle. I don't think he'd lead off with either of those, so I do think that Voltar will be able to get up the Reflect at the very least, because that's the most important screen that we need to get up, so I'm most likely going to be leading with Voltar. Voltar is what I call the Shiny Raikou, and I decided to bring Shiny Raikou this week, and I don't know where Voltar came from. I just decided to name it that. But anyways, that is the team we are bringing for Shiny Weavile and the Seadras. I'm super excited for this match. I really hope we can pull out our second win of the season, and hopefully hand him his first loss. At this point, I want to have fun, because I don't want a really hacksy match like we had last week, but I also don't want a match where no hacks happens, because you know it's Pokemon. You gotta play with the hacks, and it's kind of fun sometimes when you get the hacks to go in your favor. But last week was not fun for me in the slightest. So anyways, thank you most for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did like this, it's appreciated. Make sure to subscribe for more. Get some Nidokings merch in the description below. And let's go, Nidokings.
Give me my spot on that throne. They didn't want me to grow. They didn't know I would make all of them grow. I did it all on my own. Man, what was you when I was trapped in my zone? Never had nothing to own. Now it's all good. All of that fronting is gone. I'm out here stunning. for show. Bitch, I'm a pro. Say man, ain't shit change. Except all the money that I make, the honeys that I take. I can tell a dummy from a snake. Looking at me funny, what you ain't. Can't stomach how you fake.